This is the second time I'm filming this video. It's a little bit hot, and I'm strapped on time. Great. Hello frenzies, welcome back to my channel. Today's video was inspired by some fan art that I saw on Tumblr. I want to say like a week or two ago because it's in my Tumblr queue, like waiting to be posted, but I will leave a link down below to the artist and their Tumblr page. But the fan art that this video was inspired is this. I'm gonna insert the picture there. Power of editing. And as you can see, it was Zelda from the Legend of Zelda franchise in like cute modern clothes, her little hoodie and her little like high-waisted shorts, which I love. And I saw that picture and freaked out. Because just recently, it is currently June 22nd, I had to look at my calendar, 2019, and just recently there was the E3 game thing, and they announced that the Breath of the Wild sequel is in development. Hydrate Ganon and give me my Gerudo daddy, please. But it got me thinking, between that beautiful fan art and the new game announcement, of a Zelda game that maybe one day, hopefully, will be an actual thing. But I thought of like a game concept for the Legend of Zelda franchise. The game concept I had was set in like modern times. All of the Legend of Zelda games have been pretty, I don't want to say medieval, but you know, like kind of around then. You guys know what I'm talking about. The games that had like the most modern aspects to it, other than Breath of the Wild with the Sheikah Slate and like the different tech that was shown, the games that had like the most kind of modern appearance were Wind Waker, Phantom Hourglass, Spirit Tracks. That is the adult era timeline, because they had steamboats, they had locomotives, things like that. I'd love to see a Legend of Zelda game with like maybe a city setting instead of, you know, castle town, different villages, things like that. I'd love to see a city setting, very urban, and have it start off the way it always starts off. You know, Link wakes up in his little dinky apartment. Maybe there's like, maybe his parents are actually referenced more this time, with maybe like a note from his mom that's like, hey, like went out for eggs, like see you later. And maybe we don't ever see them like we have in past Zelda games. I think in Breath of the Wild it was mentioned that he's like a knight's son, but I could also just be thinking of the multiple fan fictions I've read where he's a knight's son. I could be very wrong. But like a note from his mom, and I would like to bring the outfit changes from Breath of the Wild back into this game if I'm designing this game, because I'd love to see Link in like low crop top, like high-waisted shorts, maybe some fresh kicks like Miles Morales has, with his little bun. Maybe like him in a little hoodie, like a little Kingdom Hearts-esque, like street hoodie. Like, I don't know. I don't know, street fashion, is that a thing? And I want it to still very much be like true to the storyline. You know, Link wakes up, there's some kind of evil happening, and he needs to save the city of Hyrule instead of maybe like the kingdom. And it could be like kind of like a New York-esque city that he has to rescue. And I would love for it to be, whether it's Ganon, Ganondorf, Calamity, what is it, Yuga in A Link to the Past, like whatever villain, Girahim, and in Skyward Sword, that's the one, I can't remember all the Zelda games. Whatever villain it is, I'd like them to maybe not necessarily be like destruction and everything, but maybe like, what game was it? It was either Wind Waker or Phantom Hourglass or both. Forgive me if I'm wrong because I haven't played either of those games. Where Ganondorf wanted to kind of like rescue Hyrule. He had the idea that he was going to rescue them from the Great Flood and like restore them to their former glory that the Great Flood caused. I would like it for it to be that kind of motive for the villain in, you know, the modern version. I'd love for like, not a two-player game, but I would love for there to be certain parts of the game where you have to, like, Link's here doing something else. And then I think it happened in the most recent Spider-Man game where, like, he's somewhere and then you could switch to Mary Jane and she was in certain areas and she could only do certain missions that, like, played out into the whole storyline. I would love to be able to do that with Zelda. And maybe have it be similar, like, stealthy missions. Like, if Hyrule City is going to be kind of modeled after New York, maybe Hyrule Castle is, like, you know, the biggest skyscraper, like the richest part of Hyrule where she lives, and maybe you have to be her for a certain part to get certain stones, certain items that you then, like, later have to give to Link. Instead of a hook shot, we should have a grappling hook because it's modern. And like I said, the Sheikah Slate was kind of like new technology, and it is essentially like, I feel like the Sheikah Slate is basically just like Link's own version of a Nintendo Switch. But I would love for Link to have like a cell phone, like a small pocket cell phone, that he keeps in one of his pouches, and maybe like an Easter egg in it is that he never wants to upgrade his phone to like the newest model, but his phone kind of like the battery dies really fast, or like he uses it as like a reflective surface to like what is the shield? The shield that he uses in Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time, where it like reflects the light in the oh my god, I don't even remember what they're called, like the Death Temple or whatever in like Ikana Valley. The one he uses that is like reflective. I would love if his phone could do that. And maybe he like tries to do that, but the screen is cracked, so like the reflection isn't perfect, and he has to go to like somebody like Purah from Breath of the Wild where he gets like his screen fixed or something like that. And then I would love, again, like if we're doing like Hyrule City kind of modeled after New York, I'd love for like Zora's Domain, like Goron City, Gerudo Desert to be different like neighborhoods, different boroughs in the city. I think it would be cool, and I think it would be really awesome if we kind of pulled away from like the medieval-esque part of it. Like Link doesn't has a horse, he has like a skateboard or like a hoverboard, or maybe some rollerblades. That would be cute. Link in rollerblades zooming his way down, and he has like little knee pads. Oh my god, I love my son. And you could still do like cooking, but you could also do like, it wouldn't just be like apples and like beef because you like killed an animal and got the beef. It would be like, if you get like, not like go to the grocery store, but like little markets like we had in Breath of the Wild, like the different little shops and stuff. If you went there, you could make like Chinese food, like how you would get in a city, or like little pizzas and stuff. And then like, maybe there's like a side mission or two, like one of the fun ones, like Cooking with Coco, where you like have to make different types of takeout foods and like deliver them. I think that would be really cute. I have nothing wrong with The Legend of Zelda being put in the kind of medieval-esque time, but every single game has kind of been put in there, which is totally fine, because Breath of the Wild took it to a completely new level. They gave us the open world concept, like the non-linear storytelling, just the idea that you can kind of do anything you want. They brought back memories, they brought like the whole like long periods of time really into it, which I loved. Breath of the Wild was like a huge step in video games in general, especially the Legend of Zelda franchise. It was just a huge, huge thing. Loved it. But I think eventually, one day, we could try a Legend of Zelda game that is in a more modern city setting, you know? Maybe Nintendo will make it one day and it'll be a huge flop and no one will like it, and I'll sit here and be like, no, I like it, but actually I hate it, because, you know, I don't want my idea to like sound like super bad. But I don't know, I think maybe one day that would be cool. Even if they just did like a little like teaser thing and then never did anything with it, like how like PT, when PT came out, it was supposed to be like a lead up to like a bigger game, and they never really did anything with it, and for whatever reason it just never came into development. So maybe they could do like something like that, where it's a short half-hour amount of time gameplay that kind of has, you know, the elements of a modern setting, and then they just never do anything with it, which is totally fine. Even that I would be satisfied with. Not that I'm not satisfied with any of the other Legend of Zelda games. That is probably my favorite video game franchise, other than The Sims, of all time. I plan on getting a little Triforce tattoo at some point. Ocarina of Time is my favorite Legend of Zelda game of all time. It's the one I grew up with. Nothing The Legend of Zelda does will ever be wrong, in my opinion. I love it. Spirit Tracks is like my second favorite Legend of Zelda game, and yes, it is a good game. You guys are just mean. He is the hero of trains. Let my little Toon Link be my hero of trains. Alright guys, I'm gonna wrap it up here. I'm sorry if I was kind of like rapid fire throwing ideas at you and everything. But like I said, this is the second time I filmed this video. I'm a little strapped on time because I went to film the footage of this video that I filmed before, and it wasn't there. So I'm filming this quickly so I can get it edited so I can have a video up for you guys. I hope even though it's rushed, it's still a good video and you guys still enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Bye! Take a fucking sip, babes.